OK, let's talk Celtic. They're closing in on a deal for Arne Engels. How happy have you been with what they've done this window?
Yes, I mean, I said relatively, if they get Engels over the line. I think there's talk about Austin Trusty, the Sheffield United centre-back. They signed a young, talented left-back from Barcelona, Alex Walla. It's replacing Matt O'Reilly, and Matt O'Reilly was a brilliant player for Celtic last season. He was the top scorer, goals and assists, his all-round performance, and that was the strong talk over the summer that Matt O'Reilly would eventually go. But they have to replace him, and that's the difficulty. We saw the Champions League draw yesterday, and Celtic haven't got a bad draw actually. In that, albeit the performance levels haven't been there in recent seasons in the Champions League. Arne Engels looks like he's coming in, and everything I've seen and read about him, he's clearly a talented player. Celtic their model is they are a development club, but there's still sort of a gaping hole at this moment in time because players have to get up to the speed and the level of Matt O'Reilly, who was sensational last season. So in the right now, that's Brendan Rodgers. That's what has got to really work on. I suspect Bernardo, who they signed over the summer, will start at the weekend in the big game against Rangers, and he had little cameos last season where he did it okay, but O'Reilly was so special last season that he's certainly going to leave a big hole in that Celtic midfield.
Yeah, well, Chris, let's finish by talking about the game that you mentioned there, the first Old Firm match of the season. It's live on Sky Sports on Sunday. What do you make of things going into this one? Are Celtic the clear favourites?
Yeah, look, as you well know, Joe. I mean, Celtic are the clear favourites, but you just don't know in these games. Philippe Clement is, I think, under a fair bit of pressure in terms that he's never beaten Celtic as Rangers manager. Last season, I think the games were, other than the sort of the moral victory game where Rangers drew, they were decided by the odd goal. Brendan Rodgers' record against Rangers is phenomenal. Celtic have had a great pre-season. They've had a really comfortable start to the season. They've played some great football. But I think there'll be Rangers players and the manager. They will have feel that they have a point to prove. There'll be the disappointment of getting knocked out of the Champions League, of course. But they can look back at last season and maybe think that the games were close. And I mean, who knows? This is Celtic Park. There are no away fans in. I suspect Celtic to edge it. I don't think. As much as I'd like it to be a cricket score, I don't think it will be a cricket score, though, and I think it'll be quite a close one.
Chris, always good to get your thoughts. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.